On the run come the Bulls. Dang, trying to blow in, blocked by Howard. He sent that out of here like it was a wiffle ball.
Crowd eerily silent here. Not anymore.
Can they get a good look at the three?
Crawford checks in for New York. Back door.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh. Howard spins, throws it down. Impressive again from Howard.
Howard again.
That was spectacular.
That'll motivate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you a prime Orlando Magic Dwight Howard build. Now I feel like Dwight is one of the most disrespected, underappreciated big men in NBA history. And we'll get into the reasons why later in this video. But first, let's check out the build. This is the same build I was using in my last video when I used my big man build, my like slashing post scorer type of build. As you can see, 6'10" interior finisher. Insane inside scoring. We got the post game, the pass accuracy, the defense is still really good with 84 block, 82 rebounding, and then you see the physicals with a really high strength, a nice vertical, and a pretty solid speed and acceleration, man. So I feel like it's a really good representation of a prime Dwight Howard. But if you have a player that you feel like this build represents even better, leave it down in the comments section. I'll be sure to check it out. Maybe I'll drop a video on that player too later on in the year. Now listen, for those of you that just want the build and how to create it, I'm gonna leave a timestamp on the screen. You could skip ahead to it to see how exactly I created this build, but if you want to stick around for the gameplay, I appreciate it, and let's get right into it. So first game I got for y'all, we're going against a glass cleaning lockdown, and this dude is at least like 6'11", 7 foot, maybe even 7'1". Like, he's a tall glass cleaning lockdown. He's got the size advantage on me, but my Dwight Howard build is so damn versatile offensively. You guys are gonna see. All right, but let's talk about Dwight for a second. Now, for some reason, over the past like 5, 6, 7 years, Dwight's name has been slandered so badly. It got to the point that people were saying he's not even a Hall of Fame player. And to me, it's just an absolute ridiculous take that people are trying to claim that. Now, that he won the championship with the Lakers, even though, he was essentially a role player for the Lakers, but now people want to switch it up. Oh, well, he got a title now, so even without the title, Dwight Howard was a 100% surefire Hall of Famer. Like, let's be honest. He's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. He had seasons where he was averaging 22 to 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. So let's say 22, 14, and 3 blocks while being the only star on his team. He also led his team to the NBA Finals where they lost to Kobe, Powell, and the Lakers. And let's be honest, it's not like Dwight sold the bag. Like, they lost to the better team. Like, he had, Mikael Pietrus, and no disrespect to Pietrus, but, he was running with Mikael Pietrus, and, they had some good players like Jameer Nelson, Hedo Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis. Like, they had some decent players on the team. For sure, those guys, they can ball, but they're not star players. Dwight was the only star on that team. And basically, it was him surrounded by shooters, and he took them all the way to the NBA Finals. He beat LeBron in the playoffs. Like, he did some great things. And then listen, I'm always honest. I understand he had his fair share of bad stops that just didn't work out, whether it was due to injury or just chemistry issues, or he wasn't willing to accept his role. I get it. I always look at the totality. I always look at the whole picture. I'm not biased in any way. I always look at the whole thing, positives and negatives. But here's what I want you to do. Before you comment your opinion on prime Dwight Howard, or just Dwight Howard's career in general, I want you to go look up some prime Dwight Howard highlights. Okay, now normally I would say, watch full games because highlights don't really tell the full story, but I just want you to just remind yourself what this man was doing in his Orlando days, okay? Because we tend to forget. As time goes on, we forget the details. We forget what people were actually looking like, what they were actually doing, what type of plays they were able to make. Go look up some Dwight Howard highlights from his prime, and you will be blown away. You'll say, whoa, the media really slandered this man's name into making me feel like he was nothing. Like, he's not a Hall of Famer. All he did was play defense. Like, the dude was a monster. That Orlando team, they would dump the ball down to Dwight for majority of the game. And then once they started to double, then Dwight would kick it out and they had shooters to hit threes. But the dude, like, I'm not saying he was one of the, like, he wasn't, in my opinion, he didn't have a great post game. But he had some game, like he would drop step and dunk on people. He had a nice little hook shot, whether it was with the right hand or the left hand. Now, it wasn't like a Kareem type of hook. As you can see, first gameplay 9 for 9, completely dominating that glass lock, by the way. But like I said, it's not like he was like a Kareem where it was like he had the sky hook and it was unstoppable. But he had a little bit of a hook shot with both hands. You know, like I said, the dude was putting up 22, 23, 24 points per game. Majority of it coming in the paint. Like he started to develop a little bit of a bank shot as he got older and stuff like that. But for the most part, Dwight Howard was just eating in the paint, whether it was just dunking on people, hook shotting people. He had a decent little post game. He had a better post game than what people give him credit for. People act like he was like a DeAndre Jordan, which is just completely disrespectful. Like, don't get me wrong, he could do what DeAndre did in terms of blocking shots, catching lobs, putbacks, all that type of stuff, yes, but he had much more game than that. Like, he had a little bit of a post game. As I said, that Orlando team that he took to the finals, their offense was literally dump it into Dwight and then wait till they have to double for him to kick out the shooters. And let's be honest, he took down some pretty damn good teams on his way to the finals, ultimately losing to Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. But let me know what y'all think, man. Prime Dwight, in my opinion, it's not even a question. Surefire Hall of Famer. Now he's got an NBA championship, but as I said, even without the NBA championship, he was still a Hall of Famer. But it's just icing on the cake now that he got his ring, and I'm happy for him. Now, I don't know if you guys saw what Shaq was saying, but Shaq, listen, I love Shaq. He's an all-time Laker legend, great. But he came off like a real hater talking about Dwight Howard winning this championship. I don't know if it's because of the Superman thing, because they both have the nickname Superman or what, but it's like Shaq always has to find a way to hate on somebody. And I don't really like it. As I said, I love Shaq, you know what I mean? But he came off like a real hater hating on Dwight for getting his championship, talking about, oh, you're not one of the main reasons you're not one of the stars on the team, basically, so why are you celebrating? Which is complete, like, that's just hater talk, because everyone knows, everyone plays a vital part of championships. That basically Shaq is saying all the championships he won in LA, nobody should be celebrating besides him and Kobe. Like, come on. Like, you're telling me Shaq isn't grateful for having players like Derek Fisher with him, guys that he can rely on, solid role players that know their job. Like, that's what Dwight was for this Laker team. Those players are vitally important to a championship team. And for Shaq to say that, that's just pure hater talk. Shaq, come on, baby. You're better than that. But anyways, man, we're about to wrap up this gameplay, and then we're going to break down this build for you guys, man. If you haven't dropped a like already, I appreciate it if you do so. But as you can see, it's similar to a Dwight Howard build because of the athleticism, the ability to score inside, the versatility of the build. It still has great defense despite not having Hall of Fame defending badges. But as you can see, 8 for 8 that game. Now let's get into the build, man. Obviously, Dwight was a center, but in my opinion, this build is better at power forward. So we're going to go power forward. Right-handed number 12, Dwight Howard. Let's get into it. All right, so the pie chart. Listen, Dwight was a great defensive player. So you can make the argument he was a pure red. You can make the argument blue-red. But for this build in particular, the way I made it, I went pure blue. But you're going to see the defense is still really, really good despite not having the Hall of Fame defensive badges. Now, I went balanced pie chart because, listen, Dwight had great strength, great vertical, and good speed and acceleration. So I wanted it to be balanced, you know what I mean? Now, check it out. Close shot and driving layup going up to 72, okay? This is going to make sure you utilize all of your attribute points. Now, max out the rest of the finishing, and you're going to have 30 finishing badges. But instead of maxing these two out, you save all these attributes, which is going to make you get better defense. Now, check it out. Max out post fade. You're going to put up the free throw until you get 7 shooting badges. Now, getting 7 shooting badges, that's going to allow you to get hot zone hunter on gold, deep fades on gold, and then you're still going to have another badge you can put on green machine or whatever you want. But that hot zone hunter on gold is very important, okay? Now, check it out. We get 16 playmaking badges, which is insane. And then we're going to max out lateral quickness, interior defense, put the steal up just a little bit, as you can see, and then max out block and the rebounding, and we're going to get 11 defensive badges. Now, Prime Dwight definitely deserves more than 11 defensive badges, and he deserves Hall of Fame defensive badges, but with this player builder system, we got to sacrifice something, and Listen, I wanted to have a very unique, elite, offensive, inside scoring center build. But as you saw, at 99, you still get 80-something block, 80-something rebounding. Like, with the way defense is in this game, your defense is just fine. It's gonna play like a prime Dwight Howard, all right? So you don't have to worry about that. Next, you're gonna go built body type, of course, because Dwight is ripped. 6'10", just like Dwight's height. And it's unique, because most people are going 6'9" minimum weight centers now because they want the most speed. But this build can bully those center builds, all right? 259 on the weight, max wingspan. It's going to give you the option of post takeover and rim protector takeover. Now, listen, Prime Dwight could be rim protector, glass cleaner takeover, but we're going to go post takeover to help the build be as elite offensively as possible. But hopefully you'll enjoy. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.